everyone. We may be live. It's possible that we are. Yeah, it looks like we're live. Sick. All right. Cool. Welcome to another day of IMs. I'll get clunking to ping. All right. We are playing between. We're watching the game between Team Blue Essence on the blue side, who won the coin flip. Guys, I'm telling you, hack for winning coin flip. Just call tails. Actually, freest win ever. But I guess Hawaii Me on the red side, who did not get the tails, so they get the, I guess, privilege of being red side. I don't really know. I feel like in casual, like more casual environments like this, it's just better to have top counter pick, but it does depend on if your top laner actually has like a champ pool, which I guess we can check. Who is their top laner again? It's Yuri, right? Yeah. Does Yuri have a champ pool? How many eyes? Oh, there's two. Okay, that. Okay. He plays Teemo and Orin. Those are great champs. I love Teemo. Okay, it does appear that Yuri does have a champ pool. So like, yeah, just go. This guy getting counter pick, probably gonna be good. On the other side, we have iBrazy support is the highest ranked player for team. Also, by the way, if anything's wrong with stream, once again, please let me know. But yeah, we have iBrazy on support, highest ranked player from Team Blue Essence. I think support is in like it's like basically the worst role by far to have your best player on, because like you want your mechanically best player to have gold, so they can actually swing team fights. Because like basically all of these games are decided by just mechanical execution in team fights. So I'd much rather have my cracked player be on AD than on support, or even mid or just top. Just so like they can actually have gold and actually win the fight. Akali banned away from, I believe Lilac plays that, or not Lilac. Sorry. Wait, Lilac is not silver, right? Am I insane? Is Lilac silver? Okay, there's too many Lilacs. I'm not gonna know, but yeah. Jackie Love, actually like not a bad player. I believe the Team Blue Essence AD carry. No, he plays Lucian Kaisa or something like that. Also is big fan of Artoria. Hui Ban banned away from Dreadeye, who I believe practices this in solo queue. Yeah. Is he not named? Oh, this is Dreadeye. This is Dreadeye, right? Okay, they just don't want to play against Hui, I guess. Clown King's Yorick banned. I think he played that in like my flex lobby the other day. So reasonable, sure. See if they throw any bans towards Kono. Kono has kind of infinite champ pool. Maybe they want to ban Lulu. I would kind of not complain if they ban just enchanters. Like, I don't know. I would not want to play against Lulu. I would also not really want to play against like Milio or some other actually steroiding support. To be honest, I think Nami is less scary than both of those. But Nami does give a lot of potential for lane pressure. Just because like if you get slowed up by the E, you can get bubbled and like things can happen. You can die to Nami. Whereas like if you're dying to like Milio, something's gone wrong. Ash banned away from Jaculov. I thought he was a Kaisa player, but let me see. This is Jaculov. He's not silver. There's no way he's silver. This guy is not actually silver. Trust. He's like way better than silver. No cap. Lems Lilia banned. Smolda. Alright, they want the scaling. I don't know if they actually want the scaling, but they think that they want the scaling. Oh, nope. They're going Ezreal. Alright, they don't want scaling. They want to win lane. Always classic issue with Ezreal. Does not function all too well into more tanky comps. So this might just be Ornn angle for Yuri. Like, I would not complain to see an Ornn here, but they probably do want him to get counterpick. I know Kono hates picking early, so they probably will not pick Kono here. They'll give him some leeway, but maybe Ashe? Oh no, Ashe is banned. Oh, never mind, they're just gonna give him Kaisa. He's okay not seeing the support matchup. I think they have to be a little worried about things like Karma here, for iBrazy, or like other like annoying poke lanes for Kaisa where she just can't play. I don't know, like Janna can be annoying. What else? still Senna could be annoying. But yeah, hopefully iBreezy has an okay time. Skarner, busted champ, probably for Lem. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. The champ is good. Are they nerfing this champ? Surely they are. They are nerfing. They are nerfing the Skarner champ. Nope, not touched. All good. Zilean. Surely you don't want your diamond player on Zilean. Like, surely this cannot be correct. Sheffield like kinda does nothing except give his teammates speed and res, but like yeah, speed is good, but like yeah, you can position like infinitely well on Zilean and still like, have like only capped value just because like all you get is like maybe you hit a stun, but like you have to be kind of lucky to hit a stun, and you get your ult, and then that's kind of it. That's all the champ does. In terms of just like raw HP power, let's see what this is. Surely they will say in chat. Maokai. They say it's Maokai. Could be top. Picking. I think it's a bad matchup into Teemo, right? Teemo. Never mind. It's really good for Maokai. All good. And Azir for who is this? Dreadeye? Yeah, he plays that champ. So far, I would say probably outscales for this comp, as long as like Azir can actually have mechanics, and stay alive to DPS down Maokai. I think Skarner like scales reasonably well. Is like always going to be useful with ult. Actually, that's not true. Is not always useful, but as at least is like always like random pool of HP that like does at least some amount of threat. Orianna banned away from Lilac. Makes sense. Good champ. I think it's a bad matchup for Azir as well. Or at least it's a skill matchup. Let's see. Orianna. Yeah, it's a bad matchup for Azir. I'd still like to see them ban away enchanters. Even though it is Kai'Sa and like, okay, Kai'Sa does not love enchanters. Like, I would ban Karma at least. Gonna ban Yuri's Darius, which like is a champ that he plays, and maybe they're worried about Darius as a counter to something. I mean, I can't imagine it's that bad for Maokai. Okay, it's like a slightly bad matchup, I guess. If Maokai does happen to be going top, and Kassadin. Reasonable. I think it's also a hard Azir matchup if you aren't like really good at Azir. What? Okay, never mind. I'm lying. I just have no idea how matchups work. Okay, apparently it's just a straight up good Azir matchup. Sounds good. Guess you just perma power. They're gonna ban Rel away from Huna, who I mean I agree with the principle that Rel would be pretty good here, but I'm not sure Huna actually plays the champ, does she? Huna hashtag jelly. No Rel games. All good. I mean, I would be surprised if it's not an enchanter. I think Soraka is fantastic into. I think basically any enchanter just like hard counter Zilean. Like Sona, fantastic into Zilean. Like, okay, I'm not sure if Leona is that good into Zilean, but I guess it makes sense with Kai'Sa. But I think like specifically into Zilean, like with this comp, I would just play Sona. It just seems like Zilean can never play the lane because you just W his bomb every time, and eventually you just outscale because Ezreal can't do enough damage. You have infinite frontline, you have Azir with DPS, like you can always disengage because Azir is so safe. I feel like playing an enchanter here would have been better. Smolder, probably into the Azir matchup, gives Zilean another way to be useful, I guess, but probably wants some sort of melee threat. Probably either like Yone or something. Uh-oh, are they missing another pick? Ornn. Okay, Ornn, good blind. Very solid front line. They do have Azir. I feel like this is kind of not the easiest game to play Leona, but I guess with Kai'Sa, for Kai'Sa for follow-up, it's not bad. They do save their counter pick for their top laner, so One would hope he has something into Ornn. It might be Mundo. Okay, it's gonna be a Lowy, which is gonna give them a lot more brawl power, especially into Maokai. Ornn Maokai is like a lot of just dorky melee champions for a Lowy to eat. But like, imagine if it was Soda. Like, oh my god, Soda would be so sick. All good, all good. Leona does actually give them a go button, whereas like absent Leona, they don't really have a go button. Like Skarner is kind of fake engage, so kind of understandable that they do want some way to force, especially in these not like entirely coordinated environments. Draft wise, I would probably rather play this red side comp. It just seems like more straightforward to me. All the champions like do what they're supposed to do, and surely the fight's just won. Unless Smolder can like kite out, kite out Kaisa, which I just feel like it's kind of hard. And I don't think Ezreal is gonna have the easiest time in this game, and yeah, especially since like I feel like Alawi just is gonna be so uncontestable in side lane. Like, who is going to side lane against Alawi? I guess it has to be Smolder, which I think is probably good for Smolder. I mean, I guess just as a reference, let's just check out the stats. Smolder into Alawi. God, I cannot type. Okay, it's a very good matchup for Smolder, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. So I guess, like, the idea is you have to send Smolder into side lane against Alawi in the mid game to try to stop her from taking turrets, because otherwise you are never going to 2v1 her with Ornn Maokai. It's just not possible. We are in champ select. People are locking in. Fortunately, they made it blind pick, so we should be in like, probably a couple minutes after we wait out the spectator delay. But yeah. The Smolder has to kind of play out of his mind, because kind of only damage on the comp. And they have a lot of threat onto Smolder. Now, to be fair, they are playing Ornn, and they are playing Smolder, and these champions do scale well, and Leona does not scale as well as Zilean, probably. Like, most enchanters, I think, outscale Zilean, but Leona kind of falls off if you carry her too long into the mid game. Kind of spikes around level 3 and then again at level 6, and then it's kind of all downhill from there. But the champion does always serve like the typical engage support. Means you can face check bushes, you can ward a lot more safely than these range supports can. Although Zilean is pretty safe because he can Q the bush, he can EOA. Like, kind of hard to catch this champ, especially with no especially guaranteed hard CC. Yeah, overall, based on draft, I would say red side has a very good chance to get very ahead, probably around second, third, fourth Drake. If the game goes super late, like 2 Barons, then Smolder, Zilean, Ornn probably will outscale. Alright, we have 2 minutes of spectator delay, and then we will be in. Cool. Looks like everything's good for stream. Sick. Hello, Ledapan. So yeah, I guess I can talk about draft for like a couple more minutes while we wait. It's 2 minutes for spectator delay. Mid matchup, I feel like it's not that easy to punish the Smolder. Like, it is surely Azir favored for early lane, but I don't think it's that Azir favored. Let's actually take a look. Smolder. What the heck? That's insane. Okay, I just evidently have no idea what I'm talking about. What? It's a 57 matchup for Azir? I guess the claim is just Smolder can't dodge shuffle, but I don't understand why this is a 57 matchup for Azir. Is there like anything interesting about this matchup? What does this mean? Does this not mean it's basically even first blood percent? Okay, so like, I guess the theory is like it's not even that bad of a lane for Smolder, but it's actually a mid-game counter pick in team fights. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, let me check Leona versus Zilean. I mean, I would guess it's Zilean favored, but like, okay, yeah, it's like slightly good for Zilean, I think. Just because Zilean is like generally pretty safe. Like, if you don't want to get hit by Leona E, you don't have to. Yeah, I mean, it can't get hit. All of these range versus melee matchups can get hard, but Surely won't be too hard. Alright, game. We are almost loaded in. Let me swap us over. In game. Do this time. Okay, should be good. Surely we're good. Let me know if anything's not right, but it looks like everything's right to me. I'll like try to center it a little or something. Okay, that's probably the best we're getting. Yeah, let me know in chat if anything is wrong. And let me set up all the like normal stuff. Let me set up the scoreboard. No level 1. Normal 5 point. Uh-oh. Kono never does this. This is not my Kono. He would never. What the heck? Okay. Kono standing in dry bush. Any notable runes? It's grass from Smolder, which I think is nerfed. But I don't know, maybe still best. Oh, Comet from Zilean is very unusual, right? Isn't that normally like Area or Guardian or something? Or like... Alright, I'm looking it up. What is the normal Zilean support build? It's Area, okay. Yeah, okay, wait, Comet is so much worse than Area. What? It's just minus 2%. Okay, for sure. Does Leona have Hex Flash? I guess I can't see. Very sad. Other than that, all the runes look pretty normal. Takes a... Yeah, it gets the ward down. Maokai started E. Is that normal? Do you not start Q on Maokai? This thing does like 1 billion damage to monsters, no? Ezreal and Zilean not trying to secure the push. Maybe they just think that they're gonna get it regardless, which might be true. Especially if Yuna bombs all her minions. Yeah. But, I mean, this lane can get pretty rough if you don't get the push. All Ezreal lanes. If Ezreal does not get the push, it's like so doomed for Ezreal. It looks like they are gonna secure 2 first, but hard to say. Oh, Yuna a little far up. Just barely does not get double bombed. Would have been a pretty big trade. Oh, missed a minion of XP though. And it's gonna be a level 2 crash, which just let the wave crash, please. Okay, yeah. So the wave is crash. So this means that it's gonna basically they get Kono and Hino basically get a clean slate in this lane, right? It's level 2 versus level 2. Health bar is completely even. This is always good for the engaged support. When the wave crashes on second and you are basically full HP, is you kind of have this like window of danger where Zilean can actually die. It doesn't look like too much is going to happen. Both junglers full clearing. Lemma full camp ahead. Probably not supposed to happen, but okay. And they're both pathing towards this top side, which is very volatile. It looks like Yuri has a solo kill though. Yep, he's got a solo kill. Wave is not that good, so Clown King's not going to lose too much for it. And actually, Yuri is actually kind of sad given this wave state. Like, this is probably not the most ideal solo kill, but he is going to get the wave in. Ornn should probably try to freeze this, and maybe Illaoi has to stay or something. Ornn is going to try to freeze this. Meanwhile, Jedi bullying Lilac in mid. And it looks like Maokai's just going to skip a camp to be on time to crab, but is going to get rewarded for it because Skarner is kind of late now. Oh, Yuri not TPing back into this freeze is actually going to bleed a lot. And I don't think Clown King really minds getting solo killed anymore. Yeah, meanwhile, Ezreal not able to really do anything down like 3 CS or something. Probably not supposed to happen in this lane. Also, Zilean is Ignite, which is actually also, I think, unusual. I think you're supposed to go heal. At least I would guess that you are, just based on what the champion does. Both teams have wards. Very safe from jungler. Jungler is not here, regardless. Can Illaoi die? This is actually not very safe for Illaoi. She does have her TP, so even if she dies, it might be okay. And a ward. This is the E. And I think she's just dead, especially since she doesn't have flash. Maokai lands a W, knocks back. Yeah, Yuri's dead. Unlucky. But meanwhile, Hyuna dies to Ezreal. Didn't see what happened there. Probably just double bombed. Wave was probably not the best. Probably got messed up when the fight actually occurred, but yeah, unfortunate. Kono has both summoners and might actually try to go for this, especially since Ezreal is no flash. Yeah, they are going to go for this. It has to be on Ezreal, probably. Ooh, E's into the Skarner E, I think. That's just what happened? Yeah, unfortunate. Goes down, gives kill over to Skarner. Can Kono get this wave in? It's pretty close. I think he can't. Okay, it's just going to recall, but this is not ideal. Is this a freeze? This does not look like a freeze to me. Wait, it's actually kind of close. Okay, I believe it. This recall was good. It's a call. It was a good recall. Wave is neutral enough. He's not going to lose too much for it. Meanwhile, Yuri, holy moly, bullying Clown King in what I believe is a quite good matchup. Sadly, not really a CS lead to show for it. And also this item, which I don't know. I don't want to say if it's correct or not. Clown King is certainly diveable. Yuri should for sure try this. Yeah, okay. E lands. Wait, there's no way he's supposed to E in there. Holy moly. Was probably dead to Yuri's W if he had clicked it on Clown King, but now that he's 6, he's a little bit safer. Might be able to ult the wave, or might just have to base and give the wave. Unfortunate. Kono, Leona, both slow pushing out a wave. Very safe. And meanwhile, Skarner's gonna start Grubs. Nope. On a ward. Doesn't feel like it. Is this Clown King going to die? It appears not. So it gets away with stuff, but it's like basically perma jailed. Like this is the sick Alawi setup. Like it's so hard for Ornn to ever base because Alawi can crash the wave so fast. Meanwhile, Kono perfectly safe as he pushes this wave in. Nothing really gonna happen, and Maokai is not really doing anything. Like I don't think they win this. They might try to claim that they do though. Yuri misses the E. That's actually a massive deal. It's gonna be one less tentacle when he ults, but it doesn't matter. They walk it off. And actually kind of a big deal that Maokai lets Ornn get a base off there, because Alawi otherwise would have just shoved this wave in. We'll see if either team looks for either of the neutral objectives at any point soon. Dreadeye has consistently had prio in mid, so hopefully they can transition this into a Drake or something. Oh, Leona being threatening. Ostrich does not throw the E. Yeah, meanwhile, Skarner gonna start up with 2 pushing lanes. Seems very safe. Especially since Dreadeye needs to reset soon, and Lilac still has TP. It's kind of now or never. Gonna be traded out for Grubs though. Grubs, I think, not gonna be the most impactful. I think neither team is really that enthusiastic to side lane. If anything, Alawi wants to side lane, but oh, Dreadeye gets a kill. Doesn't even have to use ult. What happened? Okay. Very cool. I guess I probably shouldn't be watching this because nothing is gonna happen with Zilean having ult, but yeah. Maybe we go back to watching top. Both top laners full HP. Yuri on not really an item lead. Mid is bugging. Oh, Dreadeye DC'd. Alright. Hopefully Dreadeye will be back soon. Probably just restarting client. Hopefully observer interface does not completely break due to pause. And it appears that red side won the rock, paper, scissors. So I think the game is over. Yeah. That's it. That's the game. GG's. Evaluating the game state. Neither side is 2 ahead. It's just Grubs for Drake. Kono is doing well in a lane that is probably not supposed to be that winning. Probably supposed to be losing. Kai'Sa doesn't really. And Dreadeye is pretty strongly showcasing that the mid matchup is supposed to be winning for Azir. Also, it hasn't really looked like Han King is able to do anything to Yuri, like, even if with the power of Maokai gank, Yuri dies like 1 or 2 times before 6. Doesn't matter, Yuri hit 6, can never be ganked by Maokai again. And it just is how it is. Maokai deals negative damage to Alawi. Alright, reconnected. Sick. Dreadeye has to base. All good. Lilac TP's back. Don't worry about this freeze. It'll go away in like a sec. Don't worry. Low. Okay, I'm kind of worried now. And it unfreeze? Oh. This isn't good. Maybe I jump back 15 seconds. Really, this won't break anything. Oh, never mind. I did not have to click any buttons. It hicks itself. Yippee. Okay, maybe he's just gonna go for the red buff. That's actually pretty good. Doesn't really look like Skarner's gonna be able to answer that. Oh, okay, he's not gonna go. Not even check it with E? He has E. Wants Raptors, but... This is the opportunity to get the invade off. Meanwhile, Yuri is weak-sided, but is also playing Alawi, so is allowed to play like this. Molder has to be kind of careful. No bone plating. Jedi has very reasonable items into kind of fake items from Smolder, giving him like basically no combat power. Should be losing basically all of these traits. Like Ezreal ulted the wave, gets caught out by the Leona ult. A good flash by Leona onto Ezreal. Kind of split targeting, but it's good. They get both. Actually, good targeting by both. I think particularly Skarner there to go for the further target. Meanwhile, in top lane, Ornn solo kills Alawi. Probably should have pressed ult or something. I don't know. Didn't watch what actually happened. Ornn does have a surprising amount of burst damage, and like a lot of it is max health off of Brittle, so can actually trade into tanks. Yeah. Okay, finally gonna complete the invade onto the red, but Skarner might meet him at Raptors. We'll see. Oh, looks like he's just gonna run after. Or he's actually gonna go to Rugs? Did he get spotted? Is this how it works? Okay, it does look like he got spotted. So maybe cannot finish these Rugs. Ah, just barely does not get the E over the wall. Well, it doesn't mean... No, Maokai doesn't have smite. It's pretty close. Who's gonna get that now? Skarner has smite. All good. Nothing too much is gonna happen here. Tono, pretty bad now. Has Shiv. Smolder is still, again, like basically no items based for Ruby Crystal. Maokai may be caught. Skarner doesn't ult, but Alawi does have ult for this. It's not that losing. But I guess they can never win because Zilean just has ult. This is the problem. Yeah. Ult? Maybe the Zilean ult was too early? Maybe they can get one? Nah, they cannot get one. They will both die in a 4v2. Meanwhile, Ezreal will die for this. It's like not even clear that this is that good for blue team, I think. It's like probably just arguably bad, to be honest. Yuri just TPs back to his wave. Or maybe he just doesn't even have to TP. Probably with 9 seconds we'll have to TP. But Kono gets like plate, a kill. Ezreal loses stuff for this roam. I think I'd be pretty happy with this if I was red side. Well, Jedi might die. Well, it gets his thing cancelled. That's unfortunate. It does have ult though, so it shouldn't die. Oh, misses the ult. I think still should not die. All good. I was looking for the clip. Probably could have killed Maokai if that had hit. Very strong item spikes coming out from red side. Every fight should be winning for now. And Lilac has to be... it doesn't really have to be careful without his Azir ult. Brazy low on mana, probably has to base soon. Next fight will probably be around these grubs. Yeah, it looks like Leona's gonna walk for grubs. Yeah, the call is coming to fight grubs. Zilean will probably walk to grubs out of base as well. Ezreal is possibly gonna have a rough time in this 1v1. If he ever gets caught without E, could possibly just die to Kai'Sa ult. The grubs are going to go the way of red side. They just got here first, and Lilac is fully getting bullied down a lot of stats. So not that surprising that that's how it's going. Oh, Ornn is kind of bullying this Alawi with pretty significant item loot. This is like 800 golden items, I think. Oh wait, sorry. Let me zoom out. Remembered I could do this. All right, zoomed out. Kono in a 1v2. They're gonna look, but it is Zilean, so like, unless Zilean gets an E range, doesn't really do anything. Good cancel by Maokai there to avoid the Skarner E. but nothing too much had happened. Are you taking a trade? But it's not that good of a trade. Oh, like Maokai is caught, dead to Leona ult. Yeah, probably should have just left. Like, this was not that contestable with Zilean bot. Also with Lilac dead or in base. Was he dead? I forget. Either dead or in base. Well, Kono just taking some good trades. You get the plasma? You have W? Ah, he does not have W. Fortunate, but Dracula has to base for sure. Life is in danger. Oh, not with Zilean here. They're gonna look onto Kono, but Kono does not look like he's gonna die to this. Yeah. Especially with Leona so close. Meanwhile, Skarner rotating over to Drake. This is good. Jedi taking a very good trade. Maokai just like a little bit too late. Has a good, very good ward, by the way. Whoever dropped this ward to shield Jedi from this gank. Both top laners duking it out, basing. Ornn probably has item. Or maybe he doesn't actually, because maybe he spent all his gold in lane. Yeah, okay, he doesn't have item because of this Bramble Vest thing. All good. Is this Shurelya's? Probably. Wait, somehow they're really late. I don't know why Skarner based, it looks like. I don't think Skarner had to. Jedi is a little caught. Okay, doesn't get... Okay, he should be able to E out here. Yeah, he's out. Oh, is he dead? He's dead! He's dead to Skarner ult! Couldn't touch it! That was a really good angle on that Skarner ult. It was really hard for Jedi to try to dodge that, but all of a sudden this Drake might go the way of Team Blue Essence. Or perhaps just not, because I know it's still really strong. Oh, nothing really happening in top lane. Yeah. Control word check. Who on either team has bought a control word? Alright, shout out to Zilean and Maokai for having bought control words. Yippee. Buy control words, kids. It's good. Oh, also Lem. Lem also bought a control word. Fantastic. Buy your control words before these 3 fights. Especially if you're playing tank jungler. Or support, of course. But like also if you're playing tank jungler. Like, your gold doesn't matter. Just buy control words. I also think it's very notable that like control words actually matter as like a combat resource. Like, they are not just for securing vision prior to a fight, making picks. Like, yeah, like you can do. By the way, this is first turret, which is kind of a big deal. Taking solo first turret in mid is kind of insane. Jedi does not have ult, so Lilac will not die unless he E's in. What? Oh, he did this because Maokai was coming, but there is still a Zir turret. Really good presence of mind by Jedi to put that up at the beginning of that. Oh wow, I like playing with fire. But yeah, like I was saying, control words. If you just place one in the middle of a fight, it means your opponents cannot deny you vision in a bush, and you can deny your opponent's vision in a bush. It's like huge. It's actually huge, being able to see in a bush. So just so like your AD carry can hit them, your mid laner can aim their skill shots. It's such a big deal. Well, Yuri, I mean, should never really lose these fights. Ults, it's like a reasonable chunk, sure. Kinda doesn't have enough mana to actually kill Clown King. Unfortunate thing. Oh, maybe he does. Maybe Clown King is dead? Ah, Clown King's out. Okay. Drake will finally go down to side of Hawaii. Maokai just gonna go back onto the map, probably clear camps, contest this Herald. Yuri completely has to base. Is not gonna base. He's gonna try for this. He is weak-sided without ult. Like, this is how you can die as Lao. Yeah, is wisely gonna decide to leave. I'd like to see Kono go mid here probably, but it doesn't really matter, especially since Jedi is winning the mid matchup so hard. I like is kind of playing with fire, no? Like, can you do this against an Azir with ult? Like, Skarner, like, was here. I don't know. Maybe just claiming he's just gonna flash it, and it's all good. Contest coming in on this Herald. It looks like, yeah, Ezreal's gonna path towards it. So it's just gonna be a give from Kono's team, and they're gonna get Kono a free tower. Hino should probably give solo gold here. Probably start walking towards Herald in case anything happens mid. Nope. Will not give solo gold, but like, nonetheless. turret for Herald is like a completely fine trade, very much so acceptable, especially since there are no side lane inner outer turrets down for Kono's team. Like, you can't use Herald to get an inner tower, so basically the best that they're gonna get out of it, out of the Herald, is gonna be an outer tower, which Kono just got. So, and he got the gold first. Jedi losing some trades, probably because Zilean was here. Also, Smolder's actually kind of strong now. How's Triforce? Well, Kono gets red buff, which is kind of a big deal. Red buff is pretty good. Stack check? Wow, that's good, no? That's actually really good, considering how hard he's been getting bullied. 178 is a really good stack count for the Smolder. Yeah, the Smolder is gonna be online very quickly this game. Actually, is not that far behind in gold, is he? Yeah, only down like 800 gold. That's not that bad at all. Although Kono is up 2k gold, has 2 items. So basically any fight, also Azir has 2 items. So basically any fight right now is going to be winning for red side. Should just look to force. Probably look to force around bot, where they have their stronger side laner. Meanwhile, top laner is probably just going to AFK a bit more. Bit of an AFK matchup, it appears. Yeah, Lilac is kind of playing with fire. His vision is not that good. Like, maybe they saw Leona on mid wave, so this was allowed, but surely at least Skarner could have been here. Yeah, Jedi gonna hit the shuffle, and Lilac is very dead. I mean, it's Zilean, he's not gonna die. Oh, he is gonna die. Wait, Hyuna drops the ult? Oh, it does not drop the ult. Okay. Looks like he's gonna make it out. Yep. And for this, Ezreal gets mid tower, which is not a bad trade. Like, you'll take this if you're blue. You'll take anything you can get against 2-item Kai'Sa, 2-item Azir. Hyuna does have ulti. Jacula burns the E. A really good usage of the ulti by Hyuna. A stun up after the E is still going to be dead. Zilean also will probably die. Has to flash. Gonna live. Yeah, Ezreal goes down. Yeah, good by Leona to hold the ult for the Ezreal E, and also good positioning on it to get the center stun. It's actually quite hard to get the center stun on Leona ult. Yeah, probably nothing too much gonna happen. Jedi is kind of being very aggressive here. I mean, I guess now he knows Maokai can't be here, but Maokai could have been here. Okay, Horn has to flash. Probably was correct. Probably would have died if he didn't flash that. There's no teammates. Tower very far if you get eat away from your wall there. Ezreal ult just to check Baron. They're scared of the start because Kono hasn't showed on the mid wave. Yeah, getting the crab in these so impressive. Looks like Kono's just gonna play for Drake. I don't actually know what soul it is. I don't know how to check, but it is certainly ace. Oh, something's happening. What? What's going on here? I mean, I think Jedi should win. Oh, he doesn't dodge the Smolder though. The Smolder ult. And just barely is gonna die. Unfortunate. Probably could have just let his team finish that kill there and eat away, but yeah. Meanwhile, top laners still kind of just AFKing. No real significant CS gap to speak of. The kills worth. Yeah, Ornn is like probably had like what, 1,000 gold or something. Yeah, around 1,000 gold. Oh, wait, what? Okay, cool. This Drake should be probably free. Ezreal is not 2 items. It's not the worst fight. Maybe they should have taken this fight. I'm not sure they're gonna get anything better. Maybe they're just gonna claim that they're gonna scale with Smolder, but I'm not actually sure it's that true. Right, TP's on mid wave, doesn't have ult, so no real threat. Wonder if they're calming it. You know, starts this fight, it looks good. Kai'Sa can join. It's a little bit deep though. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Kai'Sa kills everyone. Ezreal, oh, just barely gets killed in the Zilean ult. Maybe that's the difference. Kai'Sa can't really escape Ornn here. Ah, he's still alive. Okay, runs into the Maokai, gets killed, and actually it's gonna be a good fight for blue team, which is kind of crazy. That did not look good. Smolder got like a crazy engage. Or sorry, not Smolder, Skarner. Skarner got a crazy engage there, but It looked like Leona like maybe overchased a little bit at the beginning of that fight, and oh, Jedi dies XD. And I just like to comment, if anyone had had a control ward for this bush, fight would have been very different. I just want to I just want to point it out. Either team control wards this bush right here. Like maybe you win the fight. Buy a control ward, place it in the bush. It doesn't look like they're gonna get anything for it though. Could they not have burned? I guess not. Well, they didn't try, so they're not gonna get Baron, and it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Kono comes out of base with 3 items. Yuri unfortunately is very, very poor though. Has to TP for this, which is also not good because you really don't want your side laner to have to side lane bot without TP with Baron up. And Smolder's gonna be strong. First ornaments coming in, like we have a game. It's even, and I mean. It is Smolder Orin. You do have scaling. Like we said, you are also playing against Leona, who doesn't scale the best. Is Leona gonna ult? He has ult. It's the ult onto Orin. It's the E. It looks like Orin's just dead. Yep, Orin will die. They might start Baron. They probably should. No pings going down onto it though, so it doesn't really look like they're looking. Okay, I guess the problem is just Yuri doesn't have TP. Is the problem. Means they can't start. I mean, it's gonna be Crab, and like Crab is actually an objective, guys. Crab is so good. If that's real, Stone Crab would have been kind of crazy. Oh, and Jedi gets a tower. Like you can see, like reasonable amount of gold swing there. It's like 1,000 gold. We'll see if Jedi ever gets Death Cap in the near future. Well, Laui has to play this really bad matchup. Down like 2 levels, down like full item. It's just really not a good side lane for her. She's gonna walk mid because he doesn't have TP, but does this not just mean Smolder gets tower? Maybe it doesn't. He's too scared. I feel like he could have. Yeah, okay. He now realizes probably is allowed to hit this tower, but probably too late now. It doesn't have a wave. Maybe he can still get it just in Laui's face because he's so much stronger. Yeah, I agree. This is a great play. Like, this is actually great. Recognizing that no one on the map is supposed to be here. Like, he can just take this tower. Maybe even solo kill Illaoi if Illaoi misplays. Actually a big deal. That's probably RFC. Not too much else happening on the map. Again, just no Baron threat because Illaoi is 1 HP in side lane and also has no teleport. Kind of hard for Kono to play the game. Like no fight can really be forced around mid just because TP, or I guess Smolder doesn't have TP. Maybe they are supposed to force a fight around mid with Smolder showing in side lane. But they also don't really have too much force with that Leona ult, which they burned on Ornn in top. Jedi is still like a bit away from Death Cap. They're gonna take this reset timer. An opportunity to maybe threaten Baron one more time before Soul is spawning. Kono has basically 4 items because Seekers is an item. Just trust, that's a full item. Agreed. Ibrazy recalling on a ward gets cancelled. It's gonna keep recalling in the exact same spot. Does Kono have W evolve? He does, but it's gonna try to burn it on the Ezreal this time instead. I feel like it would have been a big deal to cancel Zilean there, right? He's basing for wards. Like, it's actually a big deal if you cancel Zilean's base again because Drake is about to spawn, but all good. Jedi has to be so scared. Is not stronger at this point anymore than Smolder. Can Yuri get his second item for this before this Drake? It looks like he's not going to be ulted because he can't actually base TP. It's kind of painful that Yuri is gonna have to play this on 1 item. Or TP's bot. Probably should have just been bot to begin with, but it doesn't really matter. Not the biggest deal, at least for now. As the teams are just gonna ult. Jedi? He's not gonna get caught by this. But is kind of boxed out for the Drake contest, but who is boxing who? Because Kono sneaks in the mid prio in the meantime. Ornn is on an adventure. On a flank. Has a really good ult angle. Oh, Jedi completely whiffs the ult. Can Kono make anything happen? Nope. There's just gonna be reset. Kono ults onto the Smolder, but Smolder has Zilean ult. Oh, Ibrazy 1 HP dies to like Liandry's or something. Really good Jonya by Kono to avoid the Ezreal damage there. Falcon comes in, but is not going to be able to. Oh, is going to be able to finish Kono, but I don't think there's any damage. Or maybe they're just too low. Are they not too low? Can Jedi not do anything? A Skarner ult completely whiffs. Maybe this is just the Smolder. It's just the Smolder show. Illaoi Flashes onto the Smolder, misses the Q. Can anyone kill the Smolder? Please, someone kill the Smolder. Misses the Flash E from Leona as well. Okay, okay. So it finally goes down to like an Azir auto, but too much damage has been dealt? Maybe? Or is Jedi gonna die as well? Jedi dies because he's into the last hit of the Bellows Breath. And can he solo this? I don't think he does it that fast. Yuri has teleport in like a few seconds. Do you have anywhere to, yeah, he has plenty of places, or okay, not plenty of places. He has one place to teleport to. But maybe Zilean is back too fast? Maybe it just doesn't matter. I think Maokai just has it in time. Yeah, it was close, but Maokai does have it in time, so that's not going to be Soul for Red side. Kind of a tragic fight. Kono kind of getting baited by the Zilean ult there. Makes his life very, very hard because he can't really just dive on isolated targets. Because Zilean will just ult. Oh, Mandate. That's kind of crazy. Does this item do anything? Oh, okay. I guess it procs off your E. Mid prowess cured by Kono once again. Like, I mean, you have to imagine he might be calling for Baron here. Like, no vision anywhere on Baron. Like, they could just be on. They could be on. Like, surely someone has to be panicking. Are we not worried that they're just on? Why are we not worried that they're on? This is a red side blue ward, right? Okay, yeah, they just blew it now. Maybe they spotted Skarner bot or something. But yeah, Smolder looking kind of strong. It doesn't really look like the lockdown onto Smolder is hitting. I mean, that fight was basically worst case scenario. Like Jedi completely whiffed his ult. Kono had to Janya's like in the middle of a bunch of people, couldn't get a kill with his ulti. Like basically any fight will look better than that for red side, but Smolder is for sure online, probably like 300 stacks. Yeah, 300 stacks by now. They haven't done that good of a job of clearing out the vision. Like, they haven't cleared this blue ward yet, which means that they aren't actually threatening the start. It's kind of unfortunate given that they had mid-prio for the past, like, 3 waves. Surely, guys, someone is going to clear this ward. Alright, blue side just gets to know for free. Jedi is 3 items. Ezreal is still only 2 items. It looks like this is Shojin, I think. I think it's Shojin. But blue side, despite having no mid prio, has been able to basically continually contest Baron. Also, like, has had river control for a very long time, which is very surprising. Oh no, he's playing AP Kai'Sa, so has the access to the poke. I mean, a lot of ornaments are coming in now. It's just like, yeah, 4 ornaments already. More than makes up for the gold lead. Yeah, it's basically everything in the hands of Kai'Sa at this point. Unless Jedi can get a 4th item at some point soon, which it looks like he's very far away from, probably Void Staff. Oh wow, that's a lot of magic resist. 2 Canic Raccoons. Kono again, shoves mid, but cannot rotate towards Baron because jungler is probably wrong side of map. Drake isn't spawning for a while. It's just like free time for Smolder to stack for, yeah, things like 3rd item for Ezreal to come in. Eventually 4th item for Ornn is going to come in, and it's going to be very hard to kill Ornn. And we've seen already, Ornn does a lot of damage. Especially if you can land the last hit of the Bell's Breath into the flash auto. It's like a lot of burst. For next fight, everyone is going to have sums. So we'll see what Kono is able to make work with his flash, and what basically Leona, Skarner, Azir are able to make work with their flashes onto these targets. Knight's Vow for Kono, pretty sick, good item. But you can see still the vision control is just so incomplete her red side, even though like it feels like they're stronger. Okay, Azir is coming out of base with 4th item and teleport. Like, it feels like they are stronger and that they are not going to be stronger for too much longer, but they just cannot start Baron. It's just going to be a Drake fight. This is probably a do or die fight for red side. If they don't win this, it's hard to imagine that they're gonna win anything else. This is a weird Shurelya's. Okay. Nothing happens on Takono. It uses his invisibility. Crab goes over to red side. Kinda huge. Mid-prow exchange for that though. Yuri probably should just walk. Kind of unfortunate that they're gonna have to give all this space. Control ward goes down. Dreadeye clears it. Minus 100. Control word check? Who has control words? Or like, only supports have control words. I'll continue to complain, because someone needs to control word this bush from both teams. Like, whoever has a control word in this bush is winning the fight. Just trust. That works. Kono getting poked out by Jockey Love. Oh, blue team has a control word. Are they gonna play? Oh, red team responds with a control word. Wow, so much poke going down from just like Smolder Ezreal. Ezreal grabs a wave mid. Kono probably will not be able to match this. And it's just a control word. Like, what are you supposed to do? Control word is actually radiating hundreds of aura here, zoning the entire red team away. Uh-oh, why are we freezing? Can we not freeze? Can we please unfreeze? Okay, we are unfrozen. Yeah, and by sheer power of having control word, red team forced away from the Drake contest. And now life's just gonna be very rough. Solder's gonna get to 400 stacks pretty easily. Like, if they weren't able to get Drake in the past like 5 minutes, it's hard to imagine what's gonna change for the better. Kono comes out of base with last item, so only falling off from here. And Orin finally has all ornaments onto the battlefield. Oh yeah. But looking very aggressively onto Ezreal there. That's Leona behind. A pretty defensive ward for Ibrizzi to place. I would have probably more appreciated it to be in this bush. Ah, the hidden ward. But, okay, maybe it's good. Maybe I mean, if you can't sustain mid push, then you don't want a ward here because it's just minus 100. In which case, this is the proper ward because it catches them rotating. It's actually hard for red side to clear even if they have prio. Shout out to whoever placed this ward. Like, holy moly, how are we supposed to hit this thing? It's invincible. Okay, if red side had map hacks right now, they would probably start. But they don't have map hacks. They might just start anyways. Okay, after some dilly-dallying, they do decide to start the Baron. It looks pretty good. I don't think blue side knows in time. Yeah, it's just gone. Good start. Good call by whoever made that. That was like a pretty hard call to make because they didn't actually spot the recalls coming in, I don't think. Maybe they spotted Smolder bot. Oh, is anyone dead? I don't think anyone should die here, right? Yeah. Oh wow, this is a kind of crazy look. Kono can't really hit anything and doesn't do damage when he does. Yeah, this is pretty rough. Unfortunate. Outscaled by Smolder. Orin with a pretty ambitious ult, but it looked really like a really good ult by Orin basically. And Kono could not do anything that fight. Well, they flash onto Kono, has to burn the Zhonya's. Ult's out, is actually out, but AP Kai'Sa is so cooldown dependent. Like, how much damage can you actually put out as AP Kai'Sa? Not too much to all of these tank items. I'll get the W onto Ezreal, but that's like pretty mediocre damage to be honest. Doesn't actually have like death cap or anything. Yeah. Red-Eye correctly identifying that the Smolder is a problem. Also has Zilean ult, which is always a pain. Although this time Dreadeye does have flash, so if Dreadeye can flash an ult onto the Smolder, it might actually die. Yeah, blue side needs to run. This is not gonna be their best fight. I think Gunnar should probably just look to force, but it's hard. Like, especially, actually, I didn't see Skarner was dead. Probably not then. Yeah, we'll see how many items everyone has when they come out of base. See if this is probably just Maokai farming item. Ezreal has 4th item now, it's not even that much weaker. And surely Smolder is 6 items in base. Oh, JackeyLove DCs for a second or something? Okay. Can anything... I mean, that's probably Soul? What? He just... I mean, dude, rats came and chewed his Ethernet cable. I don't know. Secret Red Side operative standing hitman for JackeyLove's internet. Gets them a pick and maybe we'll get them Soul. I mean, it looks like they're still gonna contest, and it's actually kind of a scary contest. Like Kono bases for Zephyr. Wait. Okay, I don't actually know the Drake timer, but like, are you actually allowed to base here? Okay, okay, they are. They are allowed to base. They are allowed to base. They're gonna give a bit of space to do it, but maybe it's just worth it for wards and Zephyr. Control ward check. 1 control ward to the 2 control wards. Oh no, trying to hit Maokai does literally 0 damage to Maokai. Kind of crazy. Doesn't even break Canic Rooker. Dreadeye 3-man ult with the flash. Can Yuri dish out any damage? It looks like Kono's actually gonna clean this up. Yeah, without the S roll here, there's just not enough damage. Smolder cannot do anything, and wow, is that the game? It looks like they're not trying to end. Or maybe they are. I feel like it should be an end. Really good ult by Dreadeye. Flashes a 3-man ult while Smolder still has no flash. Like we said, flash advantage on Azir is actually pretty big. And it looks like Secret Agent for Red Team is actually going to decide the game. Is this an end? It's hard. Oh, maybe without Baron it's not. How long until Ezreal ult? 6 seconds? It looks like... Okay, it looks like it's not going to be an end then. So Ezreal can just ult the wave. Oh no, he almost gets caught. Actually does get caught. Oh, can Kono finish the kill? Hasajanya's cannot finish the kill though. I think it's an end. Okay, it just is an end then. Okay. Okay. Kind of crazy series of events for Red Side to win this game, but that last fight was too good. It was like a 2-man Skarner ult, 3-man Azir. Kono was full hitting the entire time. Ezreal was not there. Well, what a crazy look. And yeah, that's gonna be the game. Alright. I will probably leave now, and thanks for watching. Yippee. We'll see you next time, probably next week.